Greetings and salutations, and welcome back to our Let's Play of EU4 with RedBstrd as Kongo, going for African power in the current patch. So far we just struck out in trying to get colonialism to spawn in our nation, and we are far behind on tech. Particularly military tech, we're a level behind the rest of the Central and West African nations that are successful. So hopefully that will break away. Benin, well, it takes 5 years, and I don't know when they were captured, so let's take a look at the province history. Okay, 1504, occupied by rebels. So 1509 in March, they should break free, unless there was another province that was captured before that. 1505, no, this one we saw. Okay. But we don't know about this one. That's where they spawned, I think, and went south. Okay, there's a Benin. Okay, Benin has no army. Shouldn't have an army. Let's double check. Might be a bad mistake. They have no army. So we are going to invade right away. They're paying that fort. We're not paying our troops. But after the declaration, we will be. Okay, we're going straight for here. And hopefully they won't have the time to start paying any troops. So right away I'm sending 4,000 guys up here. And let's get up here just so that we stop production. So it doesn't matter what their tech level is if they can't build any troops. I'm going to leave those 12,000 down south because we do need some forces to deal with rebels if they pop up. Okay, how are we doing? 11%. Going to need 9,000 troops here. Yeah. So this should give us our 9. We don't have a general, so I'm going to get one. Didn't get siege, but he has maneuvers, so we'll suffer a little bit less attrition. We'll leave this guy here with the 4,000 cavalry to loot. Good naval blockade. You know, standard operating procedure. And we too need a lot of money to pay off our debt. Make our nobility a little bit more loyal. And strangely, we haven't earned any colts because there have been no battles. So it might be a good idea to let them build a troop. Let's do that. Let's fall back. Then build one guy. The gun. He'll be built tomorrow. Let's give him the general. So long, and thanks for your colt. So they had Islam unlocked, so by attacking them, we got that. And then we got Niamey, Umoja, and Rug, the 3 colts native to the West African region. So we're going to put 10 guys here. Now we could have waited and just attacked Dahomey or Ashanti, but that was low cost. We lost, what, 300 guys? Yeah, 300 guys. Okay, we got all the loot there, so we're just going to go through to here. And we no longer need the spy power, I don't think. Instead, we're going to get spy power here for the purposes of bringing down our fort defense. 16.1. Hopefully that's not going to last long. We'll go ahead and build up spy power. If we learn of any other provinces, we can stake a claim once we capture Benin. In the meantime, it'll reduce our aggressive expansion when we send off this peace deal. And we took all the loot there. Let's go down south for the last province. There we go, 3+1 guys. I don't want to fire any of them. Okay, do we get a cheaper commandant? No, we're going to get the military power. We could save up these points for coring. We already have 165. I think we'll be okay. Really need to be getting our Diplo up here anyway. Okay, making good progress now. Ugh. Don't cheat, lady. Just don't do it. Get lonely, get a puppy or something. Come on. You're better than this. Well, let's see what your stats are. Maybe you're not. Yeah, 264. You're totally better than this. Despite the fact they're an embezzler. Okay, St. Helena produces naval supplies. Not great. But you know that if you have rights of man, then the trade good does give you a bonus to that province. I don't know what naval supplies gives. I haven't checked. Go ahead and look at all of these. So state maintenance minus 20% for ivory, so that's a good trade good. And this is one reason why now, like slaves, you know, could be good. That you get local missionary strength. So iron gives you construction time minus 20%. Copper gives you recruitment time minus 20%. Spices make the core more costly for other people. Grain gives you a little bit to your force limit, so grain is actually a little bit better than it used to be. Actually, I should say substantially better, because if you've got 20 grain producing provinces, that's adding 10 to your force limit. And let's see any others. Tropical wood. Local construction cost. That's actually nice if you're building manufacturers or something. Okay, Benin has surrendered. I can do this, but I'm going to hold off because I want to get Benin cored, stated, and given away to our merchant guilds before we do that, so that they have more influence. And we do have a free diplomat, so let's go ahead and just take all this territory. No one will really mind. And we can take all their money. Of course, we don't want to pay for this fort. We can't afford that. Definitely going to increase the autonomy here because we're giving it away to an estate. And I think we'll just actually give everything away to estates. So I'll add it to the empire. Not so much, guys. So if we add this stuff to estates, then we could afford to strip them of some land over here, potentially. What's our spy limit? Yeah, we'll keep these guys together. And we are a great power once again. And still can't fabricate a claim because we haven't discovered. Gonna lose trade power. And we can now see Oyo. Got caught spying there. Oyo has no allies, so we're going to fabricate on them as soon as possible as well. And that would give us a border with Nupe. Okay, somebody's reached military tech 8. Hopefully that's like Castile. No, they're 9. It's the person we're antagonizing by spying on them. Great. Okay, let's try to avoid that by improving relations with them. I don't think they're in a position to invade us, unless their allies would help out. I think Dahomey is occupied by rebels that probably aren't large enough to even capture the capital. It's my sense of what's going on there. We could get more manpower if we needed it. Ooh. So they had an army. No, they didn't have an army. But there were rebels that spawned up there. There could be another Benin. For the sake of our budget, I am going to... Yeah, I don't care. I'm going to shift consolidate these guys down. They won't reinforce as quickly as they would if we didn't do that, but it will save us money. We're losing our great power status. They're just passing through. And we should get these guys also in Rund. Okay, we can get a claim there. Might as well keep generating that spy power so that we can get a claim there. Or there. Okay, so that's the new Benin. We don't have a truce with them. They do have 2,000 troops. We've got a claim. Let's make sure that we invade them as soon as possible. Not even waiting a month because they only have 60 guys in that fort. I'm going to need 3, so we're going to send all of these guys split up like that. And we can't try coring this right now while we're at war with Benin. But our war ended pretty quickly. Okay, we shouldn't be too overextended, we're not. And hopefully they have some money for us. They do. And we gotta bring that autonomy up. We just don't have enough troops to deal with all the rebel problems that we could potentially incur. And we should be able to pay off a loan. Our military tech up to 7. And now we can use some of that spy power on them. Might as well build up more while we're improving relations with them. Nope, stop. Bad idea. Forgot that our subject had rebels. Okay, you're in hills. Can we justify helping you? Yeah, I guess. Not happy about it, but hopefully we'll only lose 1,000 men or so. Okay. So Kuba is right up here. I'm not going to fight 8 noble rebels over it. I'm not going to lose Diplo power. We'll just let the autonomy go up. And let's go ahead and drop this maintenance down a little bit. And move these guys back up there. Okay, so this was a nice little chunk of territory. We can now see Zazao, and they like us, so we're going to go ahead and ally them. We've got a slot, and they're fetishist. They don't like the same people that we don't like. And I'm wondering if we could invade Nupe. I doubt it. We'll give it a shot. And hopefully they'll help us with rebels, as my other consideration. Now their allies would still back them up. And I know our budget can't support troops like this. A colony and 3+1 advisors. Stop paying this fort. But it's more important that we stay up to date on tech as much as possible. Eventually, we might start being able to diplomatically vassalize people. And if we could diplomatically vassalize them eventually, then we could just feed them the rest of this stuff and annex them. You know, wait a century and do that sort of thing. Okay, there we are. We can go ahead and do that. We're up to 42%. Let's get the rest of this stuff coring. And hopefully we'll be able to increase the autonomy here. I really don't want to deal with rebels. They'll cost us money, they'll cost us manpower. We have manpower, we don't have money. Okay, do you want to become our subject? You do. Let's do that. Lost our explorer, but that's fine. Pull this guy back. Pull this guy back. Now let's start integrating you into our country. Go ahead and take this alliance. Give military access. Take their trade power. And we did get Benin cored, but we need to wait for this to core before we can add this as a state. Up to 60%, 50% liberty desire, that's not ideal. Let's get our royal marriage. Influencing them only costs us 8 ducats. E.05. So we'll do that. We're going to get them as a vassal as soon as possible. Proclaim a guarantee. Then take their trade power. We could give them a gift, but we're not going to. Oh, come on. Yeah, you're on your own for that one. for the moment. Okay, we're going to wait on all this stuff. Okay, we're almost where we need to be. We can't afford that, so we're going to do that. We're going to enjoy these passive bonuses for a little while. Okay, if we're already in debt, we're going more into debt, might as well pay our troops as we prepare for this rebellion. At this point, if it's going to happen, I'm not going to increase the autonomy. Well, if we're paying our troops, might as well prepare for this conflict, but it'd be smarter to let them go to the hills. Okay, if they're going to go in there first, we will too. Actually, let's do this the other way. Send this guy down there, this guy here and back. That way, we can pull the general from him more quickly, because the general is not going to be involved in the siege. This province liberation. Oh, they survived. Okay, let's get up there. Even though there's highlands, they won't have any morale. Very low morale, rather. And you get that general back. Okay. Yeah, this is what we're waiting on. We gotta let this core hand that off to the merchant guilds. Okay, St. Helena's done. I'm tempted not to start up another colony. And I think that's going to be my decision, not until we can get this one. That way we save on cash. Okay, we're allowed another 3 troops, but we're going to inherit 5 here. Okay, we're going to establish those missions again. And we're going to get these guys as a subject. And that should increase our force limit by 1. Right? Check again on the first of the month, yeah. So then when we inherit these 6, only be 2 over. And we can consolidate after these battles to eliminate excess. Making a touch of money while we're not colonizing, so that's good. So our government forum, I was looking into this and said that I should probably change it. Stability cost, income from vassals, that's not good for us. We're going to get, well, this actually might be really good. But no, we're going for tribal despotism. Lowers our unrest by 1, reduces coring costs by 1, or 10%. And when we improve relations here, never going to be able to get them a vassal until we get much bigger. Okay, we are not spending money on anything unnecessary. And we're going to save up our points for the moment, our admin points, for the purposes of states. Okay, now we're Actually, we probably won't be able to yank stuff. Okay, so you're going to be a state. You're not... Is that all that we have? Must be a... Yeah, we already have 10. Okay, so we're giving this to merchant guilds. As well give that to the clergy. And that to the clergy. Now I'm going to pass those monopoly jars. Well, they're still only up to 40. So, not perfect, but it's something. Once this gets up a little bit more, we'll get that cash from them. I could yank some stuff from estates down here. This one we don't need them to have. Let's give them this instead. Mercantilism is certainly right. I'll take a small hit to her trade power for a permanent bonus to trade power. Permanent larger bonus to trade power, so yeah. That's the right choice. Now we could set our main trade port here. Because we're not optimizing it. Let's see, we have 5.59. Let's try transferring trade power here now that they're in range from the Ivory Coast. Okay, that doesn't work for us, so... Well, let's check another month. Now, so we're going to collect here from Great Lakes region. And we can expect those rebels any day now. Should check to see how large they're going to be, 12k each. I don't want to attack them, put the river crossing or into jungles or anything like that. So hopefully they'll pop up right on us where there's the highest unrest. I guess these are tied. Okay, what about our missionary? These were all recently... These two were recently converted. This one is just... not accepted culture, high development, relatively high development. Okay, now I can justify trying to get our institution here. I really don't want to fall further behind on Diplo, because we need this colonial range to snatch up Cape. I guess we could try extending it by grabbing somewhere in between. Lost our general, so we're gonna have to hire a new one. So that's not even in range for us from here. So we could go here to there. That's really inefficient. We could try here. Let me pay off the loan first. Loans. Plural. Okay. Our heir isn't great, but he does have some morale to armies. So he's probably going to excel on the battlefield. So we wish you well, fake name. Don't let us down. Economic ideas, do we want that? Yeah, let's get some more taxation. We're not able to spend these points for development until we get one of these other two up anyway. So we could just increase the autonomy here, and move these guys down onto Benin. Cebu is actually new base separatists. The Beninese are up here. But we could send 2,000 troops. I don't like increasing the autonomy here, but at least it does belong to an estate. I'm wondering if we can shift around some stuff, like nobility has this. I want to yank it from him. Give him that instead. Same here. Nobility owns that. This is higher manpower anyway. And once these guys are down to 0, we'll move into a Jebu and hopefully avoid the Nupe and Beninese separatist Oyo ones. Ugh. Can't afford to lose military power. We're behind in military tech. We're about to integrate our subject. That does give us a lot more territory. Okay, what do we want to do here? Colonize Luanda. Luanda isn't a bad one. I think we'll take that. Definitely don't want to deal with this fort. Sadly, we don't have any states for this yet, but once we get our admin tech up one more level, we can add all this in as states. Let's get you guys down here, and you over there as well. Actually, we're supposed to leave you there. Put you there, and you over there. That way the one with the most morale is going to be going here. And let's send this guy. Okay, Snoopy is just Ijebu. We should be able to split this in half. Send these guys here, along with these guys. Split them in half and get them over here. I think that's everything. No, Benin. You get Benin. That's 0.8, so we can pull 3 guys off of here. Yufe needs another, what, 6 guys. So we're going to pull more troops up there, now that we're not having to deal with any rebels down here. And that modifier for lowering the autonomy should have expired everywhere, even in these ones that we did a little bit later. Yeah. Let's get another 2 guys. Split these up, actually. Go with 1 at a time. Okay, so they need another 4 up there. And I know I'm sending guys out to sea right at the end of the month, so we will suffer attrition on this ship. My prime concern is avoiding this rebellion. Okay, there's more that's going poorly for them. They preoccupied enough not to join in? Almost. Songhai almost won't join in. Benin needs... How low are we? We could take 2 troops off of here. 1 would be enough to get Benin to go down. We're 1 over our force limit, but as our autonomy drops, that shouldn't be an issue. Okay, well, it's risky doing this. We leave Cape open. At least we took St. Helena, so that buys us some time. The Portuguese can probably snatch it up pretty soon, though. Okay, so 1 of these is going down, the Nupe. I should have done that first. Okay, so we have half the money we need to pay off our debt. Keep building up a spy network. We're going to pull these guys back from from Dahomey. They have just that fort, probably. It's just a capital fort. Okay, Songhai won't come in. Kineborno would, but we'll deal with that. We'd probably beat them up. Colonial Charter. We'd get 100 support for colonialism. And Mayumba. That's up here. That's a lot, but yes, we'll take it. And then we'll check on the spread from there. Only going to the neighboring province here. 1.08 per month, so that's not great, but it's something. Let's leave behind just 2 guys there in case of attrition. And we're going to leave 1 guy behind here and try to wipe out these forces. Since they're clearly already able to move through, I don't feel bad about asking for military access and getting our troops up here to try killing off the forces. If our subjects are going to be sieging that out, then we might as well get back down here. They do have this 2nd fort that I didn't expect. Okay, Songo. Songo. Where's Songo? Up here. Sure, it's 3 development. I don't care if the nobility has that. Okay, they together have 1,000 troops up here in Kineborno, so we're doing all right. We only need 6,000, so I'm going to pull back cavalry for purposes of rebel suppression. And we are already building up spy power there. I'll offer vassalization, sure. So Songhai is now our neighbor, going to be our neighbor, and they are strong, so that's not ideal. We could feed them back cores if Songhai gets into trouble. Now let's go ahead and improve relations with them. I mean, obviously we'll attack them if we get the opportunity, but they're well allied. I mean, nice. So again, get these guys back for the purposes of rebel suppression. I'll get these guys up here and see if we can get the Oyo separatists down. Ugh. They've already got 91. Let's just negotiate with them. Okay, I don't want to sign a peace treaty yet. Because I want to get this down before we face a lot of problems with overextension. And that's something Zaza wants. We'll give it to them after we take it. That way we don't have to core it. Just waiting 2 more months and then we'll send off that peace deal. Unless Cannon Bornu is not enthused. No, they're perfectly fine. Well, should we just invade them? Our military tech isn't that good. I'm hesitant to invade them. We're at 7. Oh, they're at 6. We're about to hit 8. So yeah, we're going to invade them. So these guys will go up there. Are we at war? Can we move into you? Alright. Take these two. Take their money. Get their war reparations. Break their alliance. And take a bunch of stuff. We're going to bust this fort because we don't want to pay for it. We're going to increase the autonomy. Then we are going to grant this to Nubia. I don't have any debt, fortunately. Let's get these guys down here. And these guys up here. Do have 3,000. What was I going to say? There's 5,000 natives over here, so we can't reduce our maintenance down to 0. Even after we deal with these rebels. We could drop down to half. Okay, so we're making money. Yeah, as soon as we get this next level of military tech, we could start investing our military points in here as well. Okay, things are going fairly well for us. I have no complaints. Nice. Faster this finishes, the better I'll be for our economy. And we do want to turn that into a city. So we'll get some more development for something we're already planning to do. Okay, how are we doing here? Almost 60%. I think I'll just annex them as soon as I can. Okay, Molly's getting beaten up in a war over there. Messina. And they would ally us, but we are up to our maximum diplomatic relations. Wow, Songhai is threatened by us. Why are they threatened by us? 14,000 troops. Because we double them in troops, but they do have allies. So if we invaded them, Cannon Bornu wouldn't protect them, the other two would. What's your military attack? 8. Ours is 8 now too. Maybe we should invade them. We have subjects, they're in a war. Way down their morale. Yeah, their allies are preoccupied. We can go for take Zazao. Yeah, we'll get another general here. As soon as we capture the province. Ugh. Well, we had money. And he isn't great. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. But we're going to transfer this over to Zazao. It's one of their cores, as is this. Or are we doing this? There. Nice. It looks like they're having some problems here. Probably should just go straight for their capital as soon as possible. Their enthusiasm is still high. Let's keep an eye on our time here. 47 minutes. Sorry about that. Let's stop here.